بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه إخواني في الله. We're going to get started. Allah Barik Feek. We have to try to make the best of our time. Our class, Barakallah Feekum, it starts after Salat al-Isha, and Salat al-Isha is coming later every day. So it's going to come in a little later for the brothers and sisters online. We start directly after Isha once we set the things up. And Isha is coming in every day a little later. Barakallahu feekum. نحن في الصفحة الثامنة عشر on page number 18. And on this page, it says معنى حرف نسب واستقبال. We already took the meaning of حرف مصدر. Now we're looking at the meaning of حرف نسب واستقبال. So what does this mean, حرف نسب? What do we benefit from that? Who's going to answer? حرف نسب, what does that mean? Right, it's mansub, but what does that mean? What? كسرة. حذف النون. Right, I mean the فعل المضارع. It's فعل المضارع. No. It's specific for فعل المضارع. Okay. Because the فعل المضارع, it changes from يذهبوا ويذهبا ويذهب. أما الفعل الماضي, فعل الماضي is مبني. It's built on one thing. And this is not mu'rab. But we'll get into that later. Okay, so harf nasbin means that the fi'l mudari gets a fatha at the end. And if it's not from that gets a fatha at the end, the noon is taken off. The noon is taken off in 5 kind of verbs. 5 kind of verbs. 1, al-mu'annaf al-mukhataba anti tadhhabina. 2, في المثنى يذهبان وتذهبان. And 2 in the jam' يذهبون تذهبون. They're called amthilatul khamsa, the 5 examples. Amthilatul khamsa. These are the 5 examples, the only possible ways you could take that has an extra noon on it. If it's anti tadhhabina, if it's huma, and huma, it could be huma and antuma for 2. If it's huma yadhhabani wa antuma tadhhabani. That's 3. Then you have hum wa antum. Hum yadhhabun wa antum tadhhabun. These are they're called amthilatul khamsa, the 5 examples of verbs that have a noon, that have this noon at the end. It's not called a noon, this one. It's called thubut noon. It's called thubut noon. Okay. What does harf istiqbal mean? What does that mean? Brothers and sisters online. What does it mean, harf istiqbal? What do we benefit from that word? We have harf nasbin. We have harf masdarin. It's also called harf istiqbalin. What do brothers and sisters online have to say about that? What does that mean? Harf istiqbalin. Who's with us? What does this convey? What does it do? Brothers and sisters online, what does this do? Harf istiqbal. This harf, what does it do? Nobody answered anything online. Okay, here, what do y'all say? Right, don't say just future. It changes it from present to future. Right, it gives the meaning of being done in the future. Right, going to be done in the future. Okay. Now we have these sentences, and here we go. Ikhwani fillah, brothers, we don't want to take a long time after this dust in our homework. We want to do this in 15 minutes. When it's your turn to come, read without studying. When it's your turn to read your sentences, get your job done. Get your job done so we could go on to newer and bigger things. You understand that? You have to come to class with no stuttering. That's the agreement that we have. That's why the class is free. If you're going to stutter, you're going to have to pay. The class is free if you don't stutter. But if you're going to stutter, no, we can't do that. So you have to go home and do your homework. You have to do your homework. This class is not sufficient. Don't think that you study Arabic like that. That's not how you study Arabic. You have to go home and do your time. You have to do it. It's not fair for you to come to class and you're not together. That's not right. I'm saying honestly, that's not right. Now you come to class and you're not prepared. That's not right. So that we all want development and we want an improvement. So everybody has to do their part. The teacher has to do his part, but the student has to do this part, and that's what you call a class. Brothers and sisters online, are you all with us? That's what you call a class. So we want barakah in our class. When barakah, we want Allah to put good in the class. It's not because I'm so intelligent or I love Arabic, because Arabic, it has nothing to do with that, brother man. It has nothing to do with that. You have to work hard. That's it. And you have to just do the best you can. But you have to have like the highest of goals that you don't stutter. Don't get stuck on, I understand. You're stuck on first. You're stuck on first, I understood. Make it home. Go to second base, third base, and come home. Now, I'm stuck on first. You understood a couple of words and read it now. And that's all you wanted to understand. Talk it. Say it from memory. That's the challenge. That's the challenge. And it just gets stranger and stranger the way that people are teaching out there. It's strange the way you see people teaching Arabic and the money that they're charging. Some of them have guarantees. We don't have no guarantee. I don't even know if we're going to finish the class. But we ask Allah for his help, And if Allah knows that our intentions are good, Allah gives according to the intentions. Innamal a'mal binniyat. Actions according to your intentions. Tayyib, عندك يا نور. We're going to read this. We're on page number 18. الصفحة الثامنة عشر. We have these sentences. What are we benefiting from these sentences? Who's gonna? Why these sentences here? It says جملة مفيدة. What's the point? What are we doing? Where are we at? What's the point? What's this section about? What are we doing? نعم يا نور. What lesson is this now? What are we doing? That's the lesson. So we have some, listen. The first sentence is marfu', it's not nasban. It's yadhabu, yajlisu, it's with a dhamma, it's not nasban. But the second sentence, it comes with it's making it mansub and nasban. And the first one is not clear. It's not clear whether it's future tense or present tense. It's not clear in the first sentence. Well, on the second sentence, it's clear. That's our lesson. And listen, most of the way that I teach or that we teach in this book is by comparison. You have mentioned one sentence and the other sentence. You remember when we studied nakira wa ma'rifa? The nakira was here, the ma'rifa there. You remember when we studied mu'annif wa mudhakkar, the masculine and feminine? When you do it by comparison, it's like a self-taught lesson. You can compare it. It's right in front of you. As I'm making one page is all nakira and the next page is not. No, right there in front of you. Right there in front of you. And then when we did the mufrad, wal muthanna, wal jama', they were all right there. It's like indi baytun wahidun. Indi baytan, indi thalatha buyut. It was right there. You can see it. And it has a dozen of emptiness. It has sentences that are 15 sentences, 17 sentences. The student needs a lot of examples. You can't give him 2 examples. Say, do you understand it? Give him 9 and see if he caught on. Catch on when you give him 9. Give him 15 sentences. It's going to be a self-taught lesson. So today you all are what? Studying, and tomorrow you all are what? You're teaching. I'm going to come in your class. I'm going to make it difficult for you. Yeah, I'm going to raise my hand. I'm going to ask hard questions. Naam. Tayyib ya Noor, it's on you.
أنا أذهب إلى السوق.
Continue.
أنا أريد أن أذهب إلى السوق.
إلس. They say إلى سوق. إلس.
إلى السوق.
No, إلس. إلس. No.
إلى السوق.
إلى السوق.
إلى السوق.
Okay, read that one more time. أنا أريد.
أنا أريد أن أذهب إلى السوق.
Okay, now that's good, but I'm being a little hard on you. No. When we say no stuttering, we want you to stop. Don't mean don't stop. أنا أريد أن أذهب إلى السوق. I want you to take your time. I don't want you to say أنا أريد أن أذهب إلى السوق. No, take your time. أنا أريد أن أذهب إلى السوق. I want you to think like that, not sometimes, all the time in Arabic. Don't run that whole sentence like that. No, take your time. Because when you do that while you're reading, that's how you're going to speak. Yeah, okay. كنت أريد أن أسألك سؤالا. You're like going to stop and think, stop and aim, stop and aim, aim and shoot, aim and shoot. So if you just try to come out with it, it's going to be too much. I want you the Arabic to be like that. Stop and go. Go to the second sentence.
هل تركب الحافلة؟
Right, now listen, when you go back home, this is one thing that we don't want to do. We don't want to stop after alif lam. Tarkabul hafil. No, we want to get rid of that mistake. Hal tarkabu al hafila. Or hal tarkabul hafila. So listen. There's a difficulty there when you combine the two words. So get rid of difficulty. Stop. Hal tarkabu al hafila. Stop. Get rid of the difficulty. Go another route. There's a traffic jam. There's a pothole there. Go another way. That way is difficult. Listen, your madhab, your way in doing Arabic is the easy way out. That's what Uthaymin says. And in madhabi, huwa al-ashab. My way of doing it, whatever's the easiest way in Arabic, that's the way I take it. That's the way I take it. That's my madhab. So you're going to take the easiest. There's no benefit like you combined it. That means, oh, you're looking straight because you combined it. No, it's not. But the main thing is that you're fluent. هل تركب الحافلة? That's nice. Again.
هل تركب الحافلة?
Good. Next one.
هل تريد أن تركب الحافلة?
Good. Say that one more time. The other one.
هل تريد أن تركب الحافلة?
So when you start saying it without stuttering, imagine where you're going to be after 2 weeks from today. Just 2 weeks from the day. The class is 3 months. Just imagine 2 weeks and you keep practicing like that. And everybody's going to read 2 sentences.
نحن نسافر في الصيف. نحن نحب أن نسافر في الصيف. يا أم ماذا تأكلين؟ يا أم ماذا تريدين أن تأكلي؟
نعم استشعب تريدين. ماذا تريدين أن تأكلي؟
يا أم
يا أمل. أمل.
يا أمل ماذا تريدين أن تأكلي؟
نعم. طيب, what does Amal mean? Amal, this is a girl's name. Her name is Amal. What does that mean, Harun? Amal. Amal. Brothers and sisters online. Amal. Yeah, the microphone. They're asking about the microphone. Y'all got to come closer. Yeah, they want to hear your makhraj. They want to hear your breathing on the microphone. Yeah, amal means hope. It comes in the book of Allah. Amal, ta'mal, ta'mal. They said ta'mal, that's with the ain. This is with the hamza, ta'mal, to hope. طيب, where we at? عندك Isa.
لماذا أنتم تدرسون اللغة العربية؟ اللغة العربية.
Again, one more time.
لماذا أنتم تدرسون اللغة العربية؟ لماذا أنتم تريدون أن تدرسوا اللغة العربية؟
Now, one more time, the second part.
لماذا أنتم تريدون
Put that together. أنتم تريدون. لماذا أنتم تريدون
لماذا أنتم تريدون أن تدرسوا اللغة العربية؟
Good, good. Go to the next one.
هل هما يذهبان معنا؟
هل هما. So make sure when you say that huma, you make that alif long. هل هما. Again.
هل هما يذهبان معنا؟ هل هما يريدان أن أذهب معنا؟
Again.
هل هما يريدان هل هما يريدان أن أذهب معنا؟ أن يذهب معنا.
So this one, أن يذهب, the noon was dropped. You recognize that. The first one says يذهباني. The second one says أن يذهب. The noon was dropped. That's the sign. That's nasb. That's what nasb means. That you drop the noon. What does this mean? هل هما يذهبان معنا? What does that mean? هل هما يذهبان معنا?
Going with us.
Are you going with us? Are they going with us? No, they. هما. Are they going with us? Are they going with us? هل هما يذهبان معنا? Are they going with us? هما. هما means two. They. Not أنتما. هما. نعم. Then this one says هل هما يريدان. Do they want to go with us? And it shows the future. هل هما يريدان أن يذهبا معنا. Do they want to go with us? Understood? طيب يا معاذ. Number 7.
هو يدعو صاحبه
هو يدعو.
هو يدعو هو يدعو صاحبه إلى الغرس
إلى العرس. Again.
هو يدعو صاحبه.
No, هو يدعو. That's like a mud there. هو يدعو صاحبه إلى العرس.
هو يدعو صاحبه إلى العرس.
Don't say صاحبه. صاحبه
إلى العرس. إلى العرس.
What does that mean? هو يدعو صاحبه إلى العرس. ما من يدعو؟ It's مضارع.
He invites us.
No, he is inviting. He's inviting his friend to the wedding. He's inviting his friend to the wedding. Okay, this is not clear. Is it future? Is it right now? Is he going to do? It's not clear. Okay, continue.
هل يريد.
Again.
هو يريد. هو يريد أن يدعو صاحبه إلى العرس.
Say إلى. Don't say إلى. Say إلى. Not إلى. إلى العرس.
إلى العرس.
إلى العرس.
إلى العرس.
نعم. Again.
هو يريد أن يدعو صاحبه.
لا. You gotta be smoother than. هو يريد أن يدعو.
هو يريد أن يدعو صاحبه إلى العرس.
He wants to invite his friend to the wedding. Urs is a wedding. What's the plural? A'ras. Urs, a'ras. One more.
Do the next one.
No.
هل تمشي إلى المدرسة الآن؟
Again. That this one that says yad'u, that was on the first one. That's samad. It's not yad'u. It's yad'u. And this is hal tamshi. Samad, not tamshi. Tamshi.
هل تمشي إلى المدرسة الآن؟
What does that mean? هل تمشي إلى المدرسة الآن?
Walk
Are you
to
welcome
the
to school
class.
now? Are you going to school now?
You're welcome.
Next one.
هل تريد أن
Tam.
هل تريد أن تمشي إلى المدرسة الآن؟
So even if it has a harf illa, when it's marfu' and when it has a dhamma, it's not there. You say yad'u wa tamshi. But when it has a fatha, you say yad'u wa tamshiya. The fatha is apparent on the harf illa, not the dhamma. The dhamma is not present. Okay? And ya Harun. Number 9.
بعض الطلبة
Now put it together. بعض الطلبة.
بعض الطلبة يزورون الشيخ اليوم.
So when you go to the ba'du, go straight to the ta. That ta needs a shadda, right, to make it clear. Ba'dut. Say ba'dut talaba.
بعض الطلبة.
Good.
But isn't also can say بعض الطلبة, right?
Yeah, but it's mudaf ilayh. Why would you
Okay.
stop in the middle of the mudaf ilayh? Wow.
بعض الطلبة يزورون الشيخ اليوم.
Now, what does that mean?
Some students visit the sheikh today.
يزورون. We should fit المضارع.
Some sheikh are going.
Some students are visiting the sheikh. Some students are visiting the sheikh. What did you say? Okay. Next one.
بعض الطلبة.
Take your time. Make that shadda. Isma. Listen up. That is a shadda on the top. You're going to stop. It's going to give you it's like a pit stop. It's going to stop. Ba'dut. You're going to be able to group. Ba'dut talaba. Yeah, you're going to keep your tongue right there. And you're going to regroup. Ba'dut talaba. Ba'dut talaba. It gives you a chance to regroup.
بعض الطلبة يريدون.
بعض
الطلبة.
Is that word?
طلبة.
No, after it.
يريدون.
Yuridun. That should be a dhamma there. That's a mistake.
No.
That's a mistake. Abdul Sabor didn't get that. We're going to blame Abdul Sabor.
بعض الطلبة يريدون أن يزوروا الشيخ اليوم.
Again, start from yuriduna an yazuru ash-shaykh al-yawm.
يريدون.
No, when you have like two muds in it, yuriduna, make it like themselves. Don't say yuriduna. Don't make duna longer than yuri. Yuriduna. They said yuriduna, not yuri. It's yuriduna. They're equal.
يريدون.
Yuriduna.
يريدون. يريدون أن يزوروا الشيخ اليوم.
No, but when you say yazuru, what do we understand from yazuru that is jamma, that is plural? When you say yazuru, when you say ru, that conveys that there's a noon that was dropped. When you say yazuru, that doesn't, it's huwa yazuru. We don't know if that's huwa yazuru or hum. It's hum. It's about the talab. It's a group of men. Yazuru ash-shaykh al-yawm.
يزوروا الشيخ اليوم.
Right, go back to the top. Number 1.
أن أذهب إلى السوق.
No, not أذهب.
أن أذهب إلى السوق.
Okay, one more time again.
أنا أذهب إلى السوق.
Good.
أنا أريد. أنا أريد أن أذهب إلى السوق.
طيب يا غالب.
هل تركب الحافلة؟ هل تركب الحافلة؟ هل تريد أن تركب الحافلة؟
طيب.
نحن نسافر في الصيف.
نعم.
نحن نحب أن نسافر في الصيف.
طيب يا إخواني, we're going to move on. We're going to move on. That exercise took us 20 minutes. And it's all good. We're going to move on. Barakallahu feekum. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نحن في الصفحة التاسع عشر. We're moving on slowly. We're going to move on. قال حفظه الله تعالى اكتب الجمل الآتية بالفعل المضارع منصوب بأن. Write the following sentences. Write these sentences with فعل مضارع, with the future tense verb. منصوب بأن. That is going to be منصوب بأن. Yani because of an entering on it, it's going to be منصوبا. The an is already there. That's what you call it. منصوب بأن. It's منصوبا because of an. With an. Brothers and sisters online, do you understand the instructions? There's an here and it's making it mansuban. Write the verb mansuban because an is already in the sentence. You just have to put in the verb, but you have to make the verb mansuban. You can't make it marfu'an with a dhamma or it has the noon. You have to either write it with a fatha or you have to do what? Drop the noon. Make it with a fatha or what? Or drop the noon. And then after that is an exercise, and after that is more. Okay, we're going to do some of this, and you're going to do this for homework. Okay, let's start. Look at the first one. It's jalasa. You have to put jalasa in the empty space there. It says Fatima turidu. What are we going to put there? An tajlisa ma'a jaddatiha qalilan. You all with me? You understand that? What we're going to put there, you're going to read in the blank. Fatima turidu an tajlisa ma'a jaddatiha qalilan. What does that mean? A little bit. She wants to sit with her grandmother. Tayyib, nama. Kariha Rasulullah. We didn't write the sallallahu alayhi wa sallam there. Okay. Kariha Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam an yanama qabla salat al-isha. Kariha Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam an yanama. Don't just put yanam. You have to make it mansub. You have to come with the fatha now. And yanama qabla salat al-isha. The Prophet. What does kariha mean?
Dislike.
The Prophet disliked to sleep before salat al-isha, meaning after Maghrib. Meaning he didn't sleep after Maghrib before Isha. How we doing online? Everything is clear. This exercise, you're learning how to make the fi'l mansuban bi'an. Harf nasb. Tayyib. Ishtaru sabun min ajli an. This is a difficult one here. But no noon. You want to take that noon off. Tagsilu malabisakum. Ishturu, the word is ghasala. But when you see ishtaru, and it's a command form for a group of people, antum, ishtaru sabun. What does sabun mean? So, ishtaru sabun min ajli an, so that you can, for the sake of, min ajli an tagsilu malabisakum. How we doing online?
Explain why you dropped the noon again.
That's the lesson.
Yeah, I know.
The noon gets dropped because of an. There's an an there. An makes the verb with a fatha or get rid of the noon. That's what an does. That's what an nasbin means. That's what an means. What does an mean? That it takes the noon off. What does an mean? That it puts a fatha. That's what an means. Oh, wow. Where we struggling at? Where are we struggling at? Let's go back. Hold on. No, we're not having this. Nobody's going to struggle. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Okay. Right, good. Let's go back. The first one, Fatima turidu. Look at that word turidu. It has a dhamma at the end. Right? But now that's a verb that has a dhamma at the end because there's no reason to make it with a fatha. It says the word that we want to use is jalasa. We want to say Fatima turidu an tajlisa ma'a jaddatiha qalilan. Tajlisa. What does the instruction say? It says uktub al-jumal al-atiya bil fi'l al-mudari'. Write the following sentence with the fi'l al-mudari' mansuban, yani biharf nasbin. What does harf nasbin do? What does it mean harf nasbin? What does that mean? Let's go back. What does that mean? Harf nasbin. It says تجعل فعل مضارع منصوبا بالفتحة. It makes it منصوبا with a fatha. أو حذف the noon, or it gets rid of the noon. That's what it undoes to the fi'l. That's what that undoes to the fi'l. It makes the end of it have a fatha. And or it makes the end of it, if the verb doesn't accept the fatha, then it has a noon on it. Okay? Let's go back here again. فاطمة تريد أن تجلس. أن تجلس. أن تجلس. It's Fatima, so it had to be tajlis. It's not going to be yajlisun. It's not going to be najlis. It's not going to be ajlis. It has to be tajlis. We already studied that. But now, what is this exercise? What do we have to do with the verb here? We have to make it fit mudari. It's written on the right-hand side, maldi. We have to make it mudari. And we already know how to conjugate the verbs. We know ana ajlis, wa anta tajlis, wa nahnu najlis, wa anti tajlisin, wa hiya tajlis. Now we're talking about Fatima is hiya tajlis. But now we want to make it mansuban. What does that mean to make it mansuban? Put a fatha, that's it. Put a fatha, that's it. That's it. That's it. Okay. How are we doing on? Do we understand the first one? But the sisters online. Fatima turidu an tajlisa. Tajlis, that's all you have to do is tajlisa. We already know the conjugation of fit in the bar. We already know that. But really, what this lesson is about is really that this is half mustard. That's the main thing I wanted to benefit from it. But it's also half nasbin with istiqbal. While we're here, let's just go over that and nix it out the way. Even though our topic is not nahu. But while we're here, have this word, this letter un has three roles. One is a masdar. That means it changes the fi'l to a masdar. One is a masban, meaning it changes from a dhamma to a fatha. One is istiqbalan, meaning it changes from present tense to future tense. Change. Meaning it affects the verb. It actually affects it in three different ways. Do we understand that? It affects the verb in three different ways. It changes it to a masdar. It changes from a dhamma to a fatha. And it changes from present tense to future tense. That's why it's called masdarin wa nasbin wa istiqbalin. What does it mean? What can we say? What does it mean? It's too much to me. What do we say? What can I say? You can't translate this. Nah. Okay, let's go to number 2. Kariha Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam an yanama. The verb is nam. The mudari is yanama. Qabla salatul isha. Qabla salatul isha. So when you look at number 3, we have to drop the noon. It can't be, first of all, right, it has to be taglisu. It has to be tagsilu, because it says ishtaru. You're talking to them. It's antum. You're talking to them. Ishtaru, if'alu, wash, buy soap. It's a command. You're talking to somebody. It's a group of them. Ishtaru sabun. It's a fi'l amr. Fi'l amr, listen. Fi'l amr could only be antum. It only could be 5. Anta, anti, antuma, antum, antunna. So if you see fi'l amr, you're talking to somebody. So that's why there has to be taksilu. Ishtaru sabun min ajli an taksilu al-malab. What happened to the noon? So when you're reading Arabic and you see the noon is gone, you know one of the reasons is one reason. There are other reasons. Lan, K, Li, and we're going to go through all of them. How are we doing? We're doing good? We're going to continue. Look at number 4. Okay, number 4. It says shariba. That's the verb that we're working with, but we have to make it with mansubin. It says, and we replace it with an aleph. No, what is that aleph? What is that aleph?
It's really a wow. Well,
Okay, hold on. Just for the sake of understanding, let's go back to this sentence here.
Letting you know that it's plural.
Right. Look at the sentence here. What on number 7? It says, "Huwa yad'u." Huwa yad'u. Naam. Huwa yad'u. Number 7 on the previous page. Number 7. You're all with me. Huwa yad'u. Okay, that's singular. Right? That wow is from the word da'wah. It's from part of the word. The word is da'a. You say ana da'autu. That wow is part of that word. But what if I said whom yuriduna? They want to, and yad'u, they want to call their friend to the earth. Because it says huwa yuridu an yad'u sahibu. It says yuridu an yad'uwa. So it says yad'uwa, we're going to put a fatha there. But what if it was whom? Now huwa yuridu, whom yuriduna. Now, look, it says huwa yurid and yad'uwa. What if it was whom? We'll say whom yuriduna and yad'u. And now this wow is not from the word da'wah. This wow is jama'a, meaning plural. So this aleph is called aleph farika, the aleph of separation, meaning separating the wow that's from the original word and the wow that's wow jama'a. So if it's a wow that's jama'a, we don't want somebody to look at it and think that's the wow like that's written here. This one here, it says huwa yuridu an yad'uwa. That wow is from the original word of da'wah, or da'autu. It's from the original word. But it was whom yad'u. No. We have to get rid of one of the wows, because you have 2 wows. If you have 2 sukoons in Arabic, we know we have to get rid of one of them. So we can't get rid of the wow that's showing that it's plural. We need that wow to convey that it's plural. All right. So now let's go back. How we doing online? How we doing online? Let's go back here. Now, so we have tagsilu. Tagsilu. We didn't replace the noon with an aleph. And we put that aleph because that wow there means that's plural. No, that wow means it's plural. Okay, let's move on. Any question you have to ask. That's my job to explain it. Anything that's not clear, say stop. Can you please slow down? We want everybody to benefit and understand. طيب. شريبة. هل تريدان أن تشرب البن قبل العمل؟ Yeah, Noor, what does that mean? Don't say did.
Oh, okay. Do you want to drink?
It's 2 of them. Do you
want to drink the coffee before work?
Right. And when it's like the coffee, or you can say coffee. Right. Both of them is good. هل تريدان أن تشربا أن تشربا. It's really tashrabani, like turidani, tashrabani. But when an comes on tashrabani, the noon is dropped. Well, why is this important to know? Because you're going to be reading this. How can I skip over this and you're sitting there like, where's the noon? So when you study in sarf, it's intertangled with nahu. You have to come across nahu. And when you study in nahu, it's intertangled with sarf. You have to do some sarf. And when you're studying balagha, it's intertangled with them. It's intertangled to a degree. It's all language of Arabic. So you can't escape it. You cannot do nahu and escape sarf. You cannot study sarf and escape nahu. And you can't study even one of them and escape balagha. So balagha has to do with the meaning of it. Nahu just means fatha kasra damma. Changing it from the meaning of this has to do with the balagha. It's doing the meaning. That's a future tense. That was past tense and not right. The meaning of it. Okay, let's move on. كتب. يا زوجتي اشتريت لك دفترا من أجل أن
تكتب.
It's a woman talking to a woman. تكتبي, we're going to drop that noon.
Oh yeah, right.
تكتبي الفوائد من الدرس. The word is تكتبين. He's talking to his wife. يا زوجتي اشتريت لك دفترا. I bought a notebook for you. من أجل أن تكتبي الفوائد من الدرس. What a good husband that is. What a nice brother that is. We understand this sentence, ya ikhwani. Taktubi is really taktubina, but the noon got dropped. And listen, you're speaking Arabic now. If you know, you can't say I'm taktubina. You don't know what you're talking about. You can't say antaktubina, antaktubi. You have to learn it. Again, يا زوجتي اشتريت لك دفترا من أجل أن تكتبي الفوائد من الدرس. Sentence understood, إخواني. Benefits from فائدة. One is فائدة, the plural is فوائد. How are we doing online? من أجل, من أجل, it means for the sake of. For the sake of. Like you say, min ajlik, for you. I did this min ajlik, just for you. Nah. You tell your son, min ajli, like you did that for me, min ajli. طيب. صام. بعض الإخوة تصحروا من أجل أن يصوموا اليوم. أن يصوموا. بعض الإخوة plural. تصحروا. What does it mean تصحروا? They ate suhoor. Well, in order to. That's good. No, من أجل in order to. No. بعض الإخوة تصحروا. Some of the brothers that ate suhoor. من أجل أن يصوموا. It's really يصومون, but أن took later than known. من أجل أن يصوموا اليوم. How are we doing online? How are we doing? Okay, you're going to come tomorrow and you're going to read these sentences nice and smoothly, right? I'm giving you all the answers. But that's just that, like putting that answer in that box, that's like 15% of the challenge. You have to come and read this and understand it. So what I want you to do is read it 2 times, we're looking, 1 time not looking. Put yourself to the test. طيب أكله. يا أولاد اغسلوا أيديكم قبل أن تأكلوا. يا أولاد اغسلوا أيديكم قبل أن تأكلوا. تأكلوا. You have to have a wow there and that aleph after it, aleph fariqa. Now I'm showing that wow was jama'ah. من أجل أن تأكلوا, not تأكلون. How are we doing? How are we doing online? This is Arabic. I got a big surprise for y'all after this. Y'all are in for it. I got a big surprise. Qada. Qada, what does qada mean? It means to finish something. Qada. It also means to judge, like a qadi. But qada means to finish. Qadaytu, I finished. Al-qadayt, you finish. Means to complete. So look at this sentence. Uridu an duyuni qabla an usafira. Uridu an, what are you going to put there? What about the mansub? Aqdiya is a dod. Uridu an aqdiya. Uridu an aqdiya duyuni. What does that mean? Aqdiya duyuni. Brothers and sisters online, who knows this online? Uridu an aqdiya duyuni. What does that mean online? Aqdiya duyuni. I put this, these are expressions you need to know because you're going to use them. Aqdiya duyun. Duyun is the plural for what? The yun to plural for dain. What does dain mean? Debt. I want to pay off my debts before I travel. Aqdiya duyuni. Aqdi adain means to complete it, to finish, mean to pay it off. Qada doesn't mean to pay. Qada means to finish. I want to pay off my loans, my debt. Dain duyuni. It's the plural. Like he has a couple of debts. How we doing online? Uridu an aqdiya. So the harf al-illa, the wow, and the ya, it accepts a fatha. It doesn't accept a wow. Not going to be ana aqdiyu daini. No, it's going to be aqdi. Ana aqdi daini. Ana uridu an aqdiya. Ana aqdi daini al-an. Ana aqdi. I'm paying it now. Ana aqdi daini. Uridu an aqdiya daini. So the wow and the ya does not accept a dhamma. It's too heavy on the tongue. It's too heavy on the tongue. But it accepts a fatha. Yad'uwa wa aqdiya wa tamshiya. Accepts a fatha. We understand this number 7. Everything is good. Uridu an aqdiya. You're going to read these sentences tomorrow. You're going to come in class tomorrow. You're going to read these sentences. I'm giving you the answers. Because the answer, that's half, that's 15% of it. You have to come and read this. It's nothing just to put that thing in the box there. It's nothing. Safara. This is a heavy sentence here. I'll make some of them difficult at the end. Safara. Nawa abawayya an. It's 2 of them. Nawa abawayya an yusafira ila Misr lidawa'in sihhiyatin. Look at these words. I need these words. I remember when I first word these words. I used to use it all the time. If like a new word come out, it'd be like dawa'in. I'm trying, like, I overuse it because I'm so happy to have it. Nawa abawayya. What does nawa mean? To plan to do something, to intend. This comes from niyyah. Nawaitu. This is what I intended. Nawa, nawaitu, nawa, like abawayya. What does abawayya mean? My parents intended, they planned, they intended, they planned it, they wanted to do this. Nawa, this is what they wanted to do. How we doing online? Nawa abawayya an yusafira. They intended to travel. Ila Misr, to Egypt. Li, for dawa'in sihhiyatin. What does this mean? Li dawa'in sihhiyya. For reasons of health, for health reasons. Dawa'in is the plural for what? Da'in. And the word da'wa. Da'in is a call, like for a reason. Da'in is a reason. The plural is dawa'i. It's really dawa'i, but the ya was taken off. It's really dawa'i, but the ya is a mahdhuf. The wa is taken off for other reasons. I'm going to say this one more time. Dawa'in means reasons, for the reasons, for purposes, for the purposes. The word is dawa'i. The singular is da'in. If I say la da'i la da'i, what does my la da'i li hada? There's no reason to say that. La da'i lak. There's no reason for you to do that. La da'iya lak. There's no reason for it. There's nothing to call. What does a da'i? He calls. Nothing called you. Nothing invokes you to do that. There's no da'iya. What is a da'i? It's a caller. Well, yad'u. La da'iya. There was nothing provoked you, pushed you, called you to do that. Yeah, Noor. You understand that word? It comes from da'wah, da'i. But it means a purpose, to invoke, or call, something to make you do that. That's one, is a purpose. Dawa'in is purposes. So they travel for health purposes when they're going to go to the doctor. That's why you say that. Sihhiyatin. Okay, why is that tag on sihhiyatin? I understood. You understood. Right. See, what for singing, you say lida'in sihhi. Lida'in sihhiyin. Lidawa'in sihhiyatin. Lida'in sihhiyin. If it's singular, for a health purpose. Lida'in sihiyyin or dawa'in sihiyatin. That time we had in the book 1 about ya and nisba. You remember that class? Iraqiyun, Iraqiyatun. Amrikiyun, Amrikiyatun. So why is there a ta on sihiyatun? Because dawa'in is plural. Are we finished with this sentence here? Nawa abawayya an yusafira ila Misr. They intended to go to Misr. Why? Lidawa'in sihiyatin, for health purposes. Sihi means health purposes. Yep. Let's move on. Let's move on. The word is Rama. في كرة السلة في كرة السلة اللاعب يحاول أن يرمي الكرة في السلة. In basketball, the player tries, he attempts to throw the ball in the basket. That's all it says. في كرة السلة in basketball. كرة السلة basketball. كرة القدم is كرة القدم football. No. في كرة السلة in basketball اللاعب. What does اللاعب mean? The player. يحاول, he tries to attempt. حاول يحاول, it means to attempt. أن يرمي الكرة في السلة. It's funny when we were in Yemen, like when the Sheikh describes basketball, it's like all of them have the ball and all of them are like trying to get this ball. They're trying to get it inside. Like there's a hole, there's a ring there. It's like a ring there. And they're trying to get this ball. If they get it in, they act like they did something big. And it's like, you trivialize the game, Sheikh. Come on, Sheikh. You know what I'm saying? He's looking like, what's the big deal if you threw it in? Like my grandmother could do that, you know? Did we understand this exercise? This exercise is showing you how to use harf nasbin. Has nothing to do with master. Has nothing to do with mustaqbal. That's not on you. You're just making it what? Harf nasbin. So you have to write it with the fatha or you have to take off the noon. That's your job. You have to say it with the fatha or not. But now it's not just writing it. You have to speak like that. You have to know when you say un, you got to come with this verb mansuba now. Like you say uridu an akul, you have to say uridu an akula. So when somebody's stuck, you know when somebody's stuck? They say ana urid, they don't say uridu because you don't know what it is. An akul, he makes everything sukoon. So like when the Sheikh tells you to stand up and speak, and even in some marakas like Ali Hajjaji, a sukoon is not permissible. You can't make nothing with a sukoon. Because it shows that you stuck. You don't know if it's uridu. Just say ana urid, because you don't know what it is. An akul, because you don't know if it's akula, akulu. So you stop like that. That shows incapability. So when we were in Sana'a in Sana'a, in the Maj with Sheikh Mukbul, they never even did this. But in Sana'a, when you read the hadith of the Prophet, you cannot make any sukoon. You can't say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. You have to say salama. There's no sukoon. If you said salam, sit down. You can't finish the hadith. All right. And they make you fasih. They make you bring out everything exactly the way it's supposed to be. It's just a challenge. Like if you have to sit down, it's not like a discipline, just like you lost. So when we would get up to speak, you'll say bishar abidun shar, but the condition and without the condition. If you say I'm going to read it with the condition that there's no sukoon, I can't read it. So it'll be a hadith of like 15 lines. You get up to line number 12 and make a sukoon. You have to line up, sit down. Nah, itchiness. Nah, sit down. So what if like when you're going through the chain, it's like Qali Imam al-Bukhari, you can't say Bukhari. You cannot say Bukhari. Bukhari, rahimahullahu ta'ala. Hadathana Musaddid ibn. You have to keep going. No sukoon. No sukoon. I mean, everything is fatah, kasra, dhamma, everything. Just a good practice. It's good practice. Okay, look at this, brothers and sisters. Look at this here. We finished that section there, right? It says here on the next exercise, اكتب الجمل المتقدمة. Write the previous sentence بالمصدر المؤول من الفعل المضارع. Look at Abdul Sabur's eyes got big when I said that. Harun is shaking his head. Now we just had to take an and put it on the verb and make it what? Mansuba. Now let's go back to the front. Go back to the beginning. Now you have to write it with a masdar. I'm going to help you all out. Fatima turidu an tajlisa. Fatima turidu al-julus ma'a jaddatiha qalila. That's Arabic. That's Arabic. Ah! Like you can say it like that or like that. You have to know what's going on. And you're going to write it down there. So I encourage you all, don't write in your books. Write on in a separate notebook, because you make a mistake, it's no thing. Just write and just go on. You can make 4 or 5 mistakes, you got space. When you write in the book, you ran out of space. Ran out of space. Okay. So look at this first one. Fatima turidu an tajlisa. Fatima turidu al-julus. How we doing online? Brothers and sisters, how are we doing? Fatima turidu an tajlisa. Fatima turidu al-julus. My main concern here is a masdar. But that's what this book is about. But I cannot teach and just tell y'all it's a masdar and I don't say it's an asma. But I can't do that. I'm compelled to teach the whole lesson. But then we're going to come back to our main thing. Our main thing is a masdar. Tell you, this one is on you all. Nam. The word is nam. Kariha Rasulullah. What's the masdar of nam? No. Kariha Rasulullah an-nawma qabla salat al-isha. An-nawma. Kariha Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam an-nawm. So you have to know this. This is like, it's going to open your mind. You know nam? No. How are we doing online? Kariha Rasulullah an-nawm. That an, your nam is going to turn to no. Kariha Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam an-nawm qabla salat al-isha. اشتروا صابون من أجل غسلي because it's going to be مضاف إليه من أجل غسل ملابسكم. So there's a difference between غسل and غسل. The word غسل, the masdar is غسل. غسل is to take a bath. You're not giving your clothes a bath. You're not going to say غسل ملابسكم. You're not going to say غسل ملابس. You can't غسل ملابس. Ghusl is for taking a bath. Ghasal, that's the masdar for washing. Then we understand that. So it's ghasl. Now, اشتروا صابون من أجل غسل ملابسكم. من أجل غسل ملابسكم. ملابسكم. نعم. من أجل غسل ملابسكم. من the ajal is mudaf. Ghasl is mudaf ilay. Wa ghasl is mudaf. Wa mulabisikum is mudaf ilay. Okay, let's finish this up. We're going to stop here. We're about to reach an hour. So you all have a lot of work. We're going to read these sentences first with the fi'l mudari' mansuban. And then we're going to come back after we finish that. And we're going to read it with the muscle. But you have to write it. You can't freestyle. You can't shoot from the hip. You can't come here just trying to bust it off like that. No, you got to go back. You got to write it and you got to review it. And perfection is for Allah. And I'm here to help. We're going to stop here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Sha'an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Anybody has any questions? And we can look at it tomorrow before we start. No. Number 10 on this exercise here. Number 10 on where? Feet. Right, there's a fatha there. And do you know how many times me and Abdul Sabur proofread this? I mean, literally. Do you know how many times we proofread this thing and it's still mistakes? It's just, alhamdulillah. Time, inshallah, we're going to stop here. Barakallah feekum. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik.
The present verb, the past and the present.